Every thought leads to an impulse, and every impulse asks one question: will you act with virtue or with impulse? The Stoics believed that philosophy is not meant to be spoken, it is meant to be lived. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." Epictetus taught that right action means doing what is ours to do, without hesitation or pride. He said, "Remember that you are an actor in a play, the length of which is determined by the author. Your role may be short or long. As a beggar, a ruler, a soldier, or a scholar, your task is to play it well." This is the essence of Stoic action: to do what is right, here and now, without attachment to reward or fear of failure. He also said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." The Stoic doesn't talk about goodness, he does it. Marcus Aurelius, though emperor, saw himself first as a servant, to reason, to duty, and to humanity. He wrote, "At dawn, when you awake unwillingly, have this thought ready: I am rising to do the work of a human being." Each day is a chance to act with justice, no matter how small the task. He reminded himself, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. To Marcus, duty was sacred. He didn't act for glory, but because it was the right thing to do. He said, "A man's worth is measured by the things he does for others." Seneca warned that we often mistake busyness for purpose. He wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. To act well is not to act constantly, it is to act consciously." He said, "Let all your efforts be directed toward something. Let it keep before your eyes an end to which your acts are directed." The Stoic acts not from impulse or vanity, but from clarity and service. How to practice the discipline of action. Step 1. Know your role. Each day, ask, what is mine to do today? Not what others should do, not what might happen, but what is my duty now? Step 2. Act with virtue. Act with justice, courage, temperance, and wisdom. That is the Stoic's compass. Step 3. Focus on effort, not outcome. Results are not in your control, your actions are. Marcus said, "Do what is right. The rest doesn't matter." Step 4. Serve the whole. Remember you are part of a greater order, family, society, nature. Your actions ripple through the world. Choose them carefully. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly, but by little acts brought together." Every kind word, every honest decision, every calm response is a step toward wisdom. The Stoics did not just talk about peace, they lived it, one act at a time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Objective judgment, now at this very moment, unselfish action, willing acceptance of all external events. That is all you need." So today, act like a Stoic. Do what is right, without fear, without anger, without waiting for applause. And when the day ends, you'll know peace, because you lived with purpose. Every emotion, every impulse, every action begins with one simple thing, a thought. We cannot always control what appears in our minds, but we can control whether we agree with it. This is the discipline of assent, the power to choose which thoughts to accept and which to let pass. Epictetus said, "Appearances are of 4 kinds, some things are, or they appear to be." The mind constantly presents impressions, images, judgments, assumptions, but not all of them are true. When you are presented with an impression, he taught, say to it, "You are an appearance, and not at all what you appear to be." To assent is to agree, but not every impression deserves your agreement. When you pause before saying yes to a thought, you take back control of your mind. Marcus Aurelius practiced this every day. He wrote, "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in it, for the human spirit is colored by its thoughts." He believed the mind should be a fortress, open to reason, closed to corruption. When anger or fear arose, he asked, "Is this thought true? Is it useful? Is it aligned with virtue?" He reminded himself, if it is not right, do not think it. If it is not true, do not say it. By refusing to assent to false judgments, Marcus preserved his peace amid chaos. Seneca taught that most of our suffering comes not from reality, but from assenting too quickly to false impressions. He wrote, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our opinion of them." He compared the wise man to a calm judge. He listens, examines, and only then decides. He said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay. That delay, that pause, is where wisdom begins." How to practice the discipline of assent. Step 1. Notice the thought. When emotion rises, pause and observe. Ask, what am I thinking right now? Step 2. Test the impression. Ask, is this thought true? Is it in my control? Does it help me act with virtue? Step 3. Accept or reject. If the thought is wise, assent to it. If it is irrational or vain, let it go. Step 4. Replace with reason. Epictetus said, "When you have reason on your side, you need not fear the outcome." Each time you practice, your mind becomes more disciplined, less reactive, more rational. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." True freedom is not the absence of pain, but the ability to choose your response. Between impulse and action, between thought and assent, there lies power. The next time a thought appears, a fear, a judgment, a doubt, pause, breathe, examine it. If it fails the test of truth and virtue, let it go. Not every thought deserves to live in your mind. And when you learn to say no to the wrong thoughts, you finally say yes to peace. Desire can be a fire, warm and creative when guided, but destructive when left unchecked. The Stoics did not reject desire altogether, they purified it. They taught that peace comes not from having what you want, but from wanting only what you can have rightly. Epictetus said, "Freedom is achieved not by satisfying desires, but by eliminating them." When you desire something, remind yourself, you do not control whether you get it, but you do control your attitude toward it. Do not seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do. That was not resignation, it was liberation. For the Stoic, desire must be disciplined by reason and virtue. You may desire courage, wisdom, kindness, but not wealth, praise, or comfort, because those belong to fortune, not to you. Marcus Aurelius had every reason to indulge in luxury, but he refused. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." He lived simply, slept on a soldier's cot, and ate plain food. Not because he despised comfort, but because he didn't want to be owned by it. He reminded himself, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. To Marcus, the greatest victory was mastery over desire. Seneca knew the danger of craving more. He said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Wealth and power mean nothing if the soul is restless. "If you wish to make Pythocles rich," Seneca wrote, "do not add to his money, but subtract from his desires." To live simply is not to live poorly, it is to live freely. How to practice the discipline of desire. Step 1. Examine your wants. Write down what you want most right now. Ask, is this in my control? Step 2. Distinguish needs from attachments. Do you need it to live well, or want it to feel worthy? Step 3. Desire virtue, not fortune. Wish to be wise, patient, honest. Those are always within reach. Step 4. Practice contentment daily. When you eat, when you rest, when you breathe, say, "This is enough." Epictetus said, "He who wants nothing is invincible." The Stoic doesn't reject the world, he simply refuses to be its slave. True happiness is not found in possessing everything, but in needing very little. Marcus Aurelius wrote, If you seek tranquility, do less, or do what is essential, with less distraction. Seneca said, "To be content with little is the greatest wealth of all." So the next time you feel desire rising, pause. Ask yourself, do I own this desire, or does it own me? Then choose wisely, because the mind that desires only virtue will never know poverty again.